We're live, pal. Welcome to
Go for the Pin Wrestling Review Show.
With your boys, Mikey Q and
King V, aka Ember Moon Knight, aka Michelle McCool Running, aka Summer Ray Charles,
Mikey Q and King V.
King V, what's going on, homie?
Give your energy and feed that vibe into the world.
Mike, you still owe me a chopped cheese.
I mean,
hey Mike.
Go for it, kid.
We're live, pal. Welcome to Go for the Pin, episode 88 with your boys, Mikey Q and
King V, aka Hurricane Chris Statlander, and we are here for another week of wrestling debauchery, foolishness.
yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Whatever.
I don't know what happened this week. I have no idea, but that's a whole nother story. We will get to that, but I don't want to waste any time. All right. I want to bring on a very special guest. Okay. He's been on the show many, many times before. The best guest. Just don't tell Ping I said that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have principal owner of Battle Club Pro Wrestling. Joakim Morales is in the building. Welcome back to the show, Joe.
Cheers.
Yes, definitely. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think
Joe, you're muted.
You're muted, Joe.
You muted, Joe.
Sorry.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Wouldn't Hunter Hurricane Helmsley been better?
I thought about that. I was like, I have something special for the Triple H one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joe, big weekend coming up. All right. We're gonna talk all about it. It's Black Wrestle Fest going down in Brooklyn this weekend. It's June 18th and 19th. All from Brooklyn. Now, first of all, why Brooklyn? And I love Brooklyn, obviously. I'm from Brooklyn, but
yeah, I am too. I was like, why Brooklyn?
But I just want to know because we do it because I know you're from the Bronx originally, right? And there's a lot of different spots. No, you're not
wrong.
Oh, we from
incorrect.
Brooklyn.
You're from Brooklyn.
Battle Club started in the Bronx, and the guy who Carlos founded it, and he's from the Bronx.
Okay. All right.
I'm from Brooklyn. So if you look at every Battle Club title, there is tag, women's, franchise, 5 points. Brooklyn and Bronx are on each title in some way, shape, or form, and it's because of the connection me and Carlos had.
Nice. Okay, so then it makes sense because I love having all of these events in Brooklyn. It's easy for me to get to, but I tell you that.
Not for me, but it's fine.
Where do you live?
I live not in Brooklyn. Just straight down 95.
Yeah.
How far?
10 hours.
Oh.
We'll talk about that off
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first of all, how did this weekend come together? What was the planning behind it? Who was involved in the planning? Run us down with everything that's involved in this weekend and how it came together.
So early this year, Danielle from Pretty Heels, she bullied me. No, let me stop. She mentioned this for a while now. I want to say January. It might have been before January, but I definitely know January because she came to the school where we do the shows to look at the space. And she talked about this grand vision of, let's do a convention, but for our people here. Like, WrestleCade happens over, where it is, and then WrestleCon is wherever WrestleMania ends. She's like, she wanted something by us, for us, and she saw the space. She's actually the one that convinced me to do WCW and Welcome to New York City inside in that area, because she's like, it can work. You might not be able to get a 6:30 on the show, but the show can work.
Yeah.
so yeah, that's how it came to be, and I'm astonished. She's gotten so much packed into this Saturday, and she said, "I don't trust anyone else to put on a show that would represent what we're trying to do this weekend, aside from you." And that meant the world to me. So that's how that came together, and a few days away. It's going to be amazing to see her vision come to life, to give people that might not get these convention opportunities in the Northeast, give them that space on Saturday, and then the big shows on Sunday. So it's just it's a brainchild of ours. 99% of it's hers because I've been doing shows forever now. So it was just like, you're the one I want to do the shows. So it's her, everything from the gaming sessions to rap battles, the film that they're gonna show, like everything is just her grand scheme, and I'm super proud of her for bringing this together.
Nice.
That says a lot about you, really, that you have such an ability to put together a great show, or you have the ability to allow other people to bring their visions to you, and you're able to help them bring it to life. So, not only does that say a lot about her with putting this together, this says a lot about you for, helping, because she trusted nobody but you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was floored because when she started bringing it up, in my mind it already started being like, all right, so I'm thinking she's going to get companies to come together and put on the show. Mm-hmm. And then she was like, I only want Battle Club. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
So yeah, it's got a lot to do with Steve Pena being really pretty in her eyes. But,
man. Well,
yeah,
we just had. Okay.
It was just it's a huge honor. I really I don't want to let her down. The card it's incredible. It's just I really if I had my way, 7,000 people would show up, and that'd be freaking amazing.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, you never know though.
You never know.
Hopefully.
And if you haven't gotten your tickets already, tell everybody where they can get tickets. We'll remind everybody again, but
it's all over all the social media posts. But if you just literally you Google Battle Club Pro brown paper tickets, you're gonna go right there. If I recall correctly, the link is bcpw2w.bpt.me.
Wow.
Really good. So this is what we're gonna do. We're also in the description, wherever you're listening or watching from. We're also gonna have the link posted in there as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's two links. If you want tickets for the full convention, you go to blackwrestlefest.com. That you'll get everything that's all encompassing, including front row tickets with the convention to the Battle Club show. If you just want to do the Battle Club show, you can buy those tickets through Brown Paper Tickets through the links on any of the posts where you see the match cards or the match graphics.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned the stat card. I mean, just going through some of the matches here, Prolific's on the show. It's Prolific versus JTP South. You have Mick Drake versus Moses for the Battle Club Pro Franchise Championship. I'm just running through some of the matches here. We have Anthony Gamble versus Mysterious Q. Big fan of Mysterious Q versus Big Cuzzo. That's gonna be really good. I mean, we have Main Event versus Federated for the Tag Team Championship. Wow.
Me and
wow.
Mike may be coming for it soon.
Yeah, right. Well, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. We might have to show up at Fallout one of these days, Joe. I'm just saying.
You guys are, I've wanted to have someone do a podcast at Fallout, like live.
Hi.
I wanted to. I've even came up with the idea of doing my own there, and just seeing how that works. It just hasn't happened yet. But you guys, freaking True Heels, Jobber Tears, any of the podcasts that I frequent, I'd love to have you guys do it actually at the Fallout Shelter.
That can be arranged. We'll talk about that.
Oh yeah.
That can be arranged. All right. I just want to get back to this card. I mean, Big Swole versus Willow Nightingale. What? How? Okay. First of all,
how
did you
when
pull
I
that
tell
off?
you, you saw the tweet that I tweeted. I screamed, like I literally screamed, because I love both of them. So I'm just like I said last week, Steve's gonna kick my ass, but it's okay. I'm rooting for everybody in the match, and I'm standing 10 toes down on that.
It's so hard. It's so hard because they're just both so infectious, but completely differently. Like if super bubbly, over the top, cute anime-ness was able to be encompassed by a human person, how is it
That's
not Willow Nightingale?
Yeah,
That's
it's
Willow.
definitely
Right?
Willow.
That is
And
Willow.
then if the flyest aunt that you got with the freshest gear and the most I wish a mofo would energy was put in a person, how is it not swole?
That is
Yeah.
so.
Like
Yeah, it's definitely swole.
the joy and swag in the match is incomprehensible.
I probably would implode.
Well, I'm gonna be there, and I can't wait to see it. I cannot wait to see that. I mean, of course, we talked about Steve Pinkett. Steve Pinkett was actually on our show last week, and he's facing O'Shea Edwards.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna
Now-
shut my fat ass up.
Now, I wanted to bring this up to you because he said personally, "Oh, you're gonna have Joe on? All right. Well, tell Joe I want to be the main event of that show."
That's what he
I
said.
didn't say Steve Pinkett said it. He said,
That's what he
"Make
said.
sure you tell Joe." So I just want to know, is Steve the main event?
So Swole main evented WCW.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have Steve main event this show.
Whoa! There it
Yep.
is.
There it is.
There it is. Steve
All right,
Pinkett's in the
Steve.
main event. Let's
Yep.
say for Steve Pinkett. Steve Pinkett's in the main event.
It's a negotiating point, but if the match that I want to have on happens, the main event will main event
Mhm.
Jobber Slam.
Okay.
And then we're going to close the year out with Mick main eventing. If he's still champ, because
Still champ.
Uh-oh.
Moses, bro, so let me detour real quick.
Yeah.
I went to a show in DC. Moses came out. I've done this a lot. I've never seen a crowd so into an entrance. I've never seen the person making the entrance match the energy of the crowd.
Right.
When the event was over, I went to him. I said, I need that in Brooklyn. He said, you tell me when. We've been planning this for a while.
Whew.
Wow.
You talk about, like, oh my goodness. Moses, bro, that's gonna be a banger. So let me retract. Let me redact my statement. Pena's gonna main event this because he's still the champion. The tag titles hopefully will main event Jobber Slam, and then the franchise title will main event the anniversary. We're gonna do it like that.
That's fair.
And if everything goes well, we will have one more all women's show, and then the Icon title will close out the year. So it'll start and close out the year.
Nice.
And why I want to do this is because I really want to showcase. It's not just Steve getting what he wants. I really want to showcase all of our titles are on equal footing, and everyone that holds those titles are main event players.
That makes sense. I mean, Steve's gonna take it as no, I'm just main eventing, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah, he made sure that I brought that up to you when I had you on the show. So, but
I tried to watch it. Everything that was out, it kept cutting out at like a few minutes. I don't know if it was me or what. Like, whatever you guys put out, I tried to watch, but the whole show just wouldn't stream for me.
Try on YouTube. I'll see.
Yeah, try on YouTube. We've been dealing with a lot of technical difficulties last week. Is really pissing me off personally, which I cursed out StreamYard. So sorry. I ain't sorry, but But yeah, it's on
TV, ladies and
YouTube.
gentlemen.
It should be the full show should be on YouTube
Okay.
right now at this point. But man, that card.
Yeah. So we have also Darius Carter versus Gia Scott. All right.
Mhm.
Now you guys know how I feel about Darius Carter. I won't go back into
I'm
that.
staying out of this.
But of course you have to have the All Father on Father's Day wrestling. I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. What can we expect out of that match? You know, just a little bit. You know, just what can we?
So
expect?
you got the latest ECWA Super 8 winner.
Okay.
Versus Jonathan Gresham, who many think is the best pure wrestler, not like constantly on television right now. You had his star pupil.
Okay.
The match that she had with Masha is a beautiful indicator of what she's capable of. And we all know what DC can do in the ring. So you get him and not a replica, but like you get a strong woman that can encompass that style that Gresham has been making super popular lately. So you get those two things and you get those two to collide. And it's just like, I mean, she had a match in that same DC show with Suge, and it was just like, oh wow, her and Suge D really did a great job. So I'm just
shout to Suge D.
In my mind, it's like, man, she probably could hang with somebody like DC. DC, he thrives on these matches that are different. And I know that he kind of wants to get back into the win column because, you know, unfortunately, he dropped a couple titles this year. So I know he really wants to do his due diligence and have a banger and come out on top and continue to be the ace of Battle Club Pro.
Nice. Okay, Jonathan has a question for Joe. Okay, outside of being a booker and putting his fan hat on, which match is gonna have him the most giddy to see?
That's really good. So I can't tell you which one specifically, but I can tell you which four for different reasons that I want to watch. Like I love doing commentary while the show's going because I
know. I like being next to you doing commentary. Like I want to be right next to you when you're doing commentary.
Obviously Willow and Swole, because I mean, goodness gracious. Federated, this version of Federated, which is Saeed Al-Sabah, Treehouse Lee, versus the main event, because I really think we're gonna need air traffic control for this match. I don't think they're gonna take the mat much. It's gonna look like Crouching Tiger. They're just gonna be like
all over the place.
Yeah. Right. So that for the high flying aspect, because as much as I love technical wrestling, as much as I love strong style, as much as I love a fight, we don't get that like holy crap high flying. We don't get many of those. I wouldn't say probably main event is probably the top tier when it comes to those high flying aspects. And now you have a team that is probably better than them when it comes to the flying aspect. They're brothers. They're legit brothers, blood brothers, share the same DNA. So you're gonna have this team that's killing it everywhere they go because they're so close, but they can't be closer than brothers. And the brothers not only have that advantage, they have the advantage of having Mr. Martinez in their corner, who is now on a mission. He's teasing me. He wants to be Thanos. He wants to start collecting stones or collecting championships for his gauntlet. So they have that advantage. Then you have
that's as main event versus Federated, right?
Yes, that's two. As much as I love Mick and as much as I love Moses, the next match that has me holy crap is Shane Taylor versus Danny Moff.
Oh, we didn't even get there yet. Let's talk about it.
There are Haas battles. There are Haas fights. And then there are planets smashing into each other to create new solar systems. That's going to happen between the ropes on Sunday. How these men haven't crossed paths yet with their lineage and their history and everything they've done in the business. Two of the hardest hitting, most intimidating, just actual living monsters are going to be trying to destroy Brooklyn in a match. Like, look at that. Look at that's imagine being in the ring waiting for one of those two to come down and wrestle you. Now you're gonna have those two. It's the immovable object and the irresistible force. It's Earth is on a collision course with Mars. It's Godzilla versus Kong. It's all of that. It's all of that. It's gonna be Pacific Rim brought to life.
Oh man, I can't wait.
And
who I'm rooting for. So
Shane Taylor made a huge impact last year at SummerSlam with Shane Taylor Promotions going over on Prolific.
Yep.
This is Moss' first match back at Battle Club in 3 years. The last time he was here was the first time we went outdoors, and this is the first time this year we're going outdoors. And in that match, he went over on Yaya, Grimm, and Michael Lindo. Yeah. So he's looking to keep the winning streak going.
That's gonna be a banger. That's a banger. Well, he's a huge fan of Taylor, so I can already tell, like, that one is gonna. I mean, STP, STP is like one of my favorite groups today. Period.
Why they're not on TV makes zero sense to me. But yeah, so that's the third one, and then the final match is Steve and O'Shea, because in this match you have another kaiju, you have another living, breathing human monster versus what I think is the most underrated / best technical strong style wrestler in Steve Pena. Why Pena isn't on TV makes zero sense to me.
I said that last week. Look, I'm not going to get myself into trouble like I did last week. I'm rooting for everybody in that match.
Yeah, well, I told Steve I'm rooting for him, even if I'm like one of the only people that's actually rooting for him in the crowd there. I'm going to be rooting for Steve Pena. All right, so I'm letting that be known right now. All right, the last match I was at with Steve Pena was him versus Ken Broadway, and those two like just tore the house down in the opener. Like it was crazy. Like it was crazy. So I can't wait for that, and I'm so happy because it's gonna be outside, like you said, and I missed the last time that you guys were like outside. I think for 420 we was inside. We was inside, yes. So we're gonna be outside. So is the convention going on Saturday? Like so how does that work? You said you get tickets for the show and you can get tickets for the convention. Now you can get a bundle that it's like for everything.
So yeah, at Black WrestleFest, you get the bundle. You get to do everything that's happening on Saturday, all the meet and greets. She's gonna have Jay Lee Photography there doing pictures. Like there's a huge plethora of things that's going on. So you're gonna get that, and then you're gonna get front row tickets to the Battle Club.
Nice.
And the front row tickets, with those tickets, you're gonna get obviously front row seating. There's gonna be an in-ring experience where you can take pictures with some of the champs. And you're going to get posters, those 3 posters, those 3 unique ones. The Black WrestleFest specific one with, Swole, Moses, Willow, like
nice.
Shane Taylor, Zuka. And you're going to get the Battle Club Pro specific one with all of our champions, and then, our returning talent. And then you're going to get the Federated comic book variant poster. So you're going to get those 3 posters, front row seating, and in-ring experience.
Nice.
When you get the tickets from blackwrestlefest.com. If you can't do the whole convention and you can only do Sunday, you go to our link where you can get front row tickets for the full front row experience, or you can just get general admission, which is $20. Yeah. And like I've been telling everybody, like I know thousands of fathers who are sick of getting garbage ties or shitty socks.
Yeah.
But if I was a dad and my son or daughter came up to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I'm gonna take you to a wrestling show for Father's Day," I'd be over the moon. And it's not just your run of the mill show. Like the talent on the show is
incredible,
phenomenal.
Yeah.
So for $20, I don't you Nowadays, it feels like you can't even get a decent lunch for $20.
Yeah.
And look at the show you're gonna get for $20.
Yeah. So are tickets available at the door?
Yeah, tickets are gonna be available at the door for sure.
Okay. All right. So everybody, make sure you go and get your tickets. I'm telling you right now, you want to be at this show.
Pre-order because it's gonna be $5 more at the door. So general admission is gonna be $25 at the door. If you want front row, if there's front row available, $55. So I would definitely say pre-order them because you're gonna save yourself a couple bucks and then you're gonna assure that you're gonna get there. You're gonna be there for it.
Yeah. I see that Cosmic is on the show as well. It's Joseph Alexander and Jordan Blade versus Cosmic and Remembrant, I believe. Remembrant. Sorry. Okay. All right. Now Cosmic, C Ping actually brought up Cosmic on our last show and said that he's really impressed by her and that he sees like a really bright future for her. How do you feel about Cosmic? And this is a big opportunity for her here. I can't wait to see what she does, but just tell us a little bit about Cosmic and this match in general.
Cosmic is incredible. It's one of those, like, we've all been on sports teams or, academically, we've all been in the classes where, there's this person that doesn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
They see it once and then they're the best at it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that's what she is. She's kind of like the taskmaster of Fallout.
Okay.
She'll see Steve or KJ.
I caught that reference.
Yeah.
Mike
she'll see Steve or KJ or Mike or something. And then she's got it. And it's wild because as good as she is, she's that humble. Oh, no, it's okay. I'm not. But it's incredible. Much like I've done with Swole and Harlow and Steve and Masha, like I am on the forefront of doing whatever I can to make sure she's going to be successful. I really think she's the future of wrestling. She's already got the look. She can talk. She can work. There's just things that need to be fine-tuned, which she's learning here at the Fallout Shelter. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she's going to be a part of Battle Club going forward. She's going to be part of the future Battle Club. She's got a future Icons title shot. I blatantly I asked her, "Do you think you want Swole now?" She goes, "No, I'll get Swole when I'm ready."
Okay. All right. Well, if Swole is still champion, I'll read it. Will there ever be a Battle Club / streaming service partnership? I wish I could watch this event, says Jonathan.
Title Match Wrestling Network. All of our stuff is on there. If it's not on their YouTube for free, it's on their streaming service. And it's $9.99 a month, just like the E, but you're getting a ton of actual, like, really good independent wrestling.
Yeah.
On top of that, I think they're always running this promo where when you sign up, you get the first 2 weeks free.
Okay.
So, yeah, definitely check out Title Match Wrestling. I love those guys. Those guys, Telly and his whole network, so good to us. It's without question, whenever they need something or I need something, it's easy peasy with them. So yeah, just check out Title Match. Again, if you don't want to watch everything or if you don't have time for everything, go on YouTube and literally just type in Battle Club Pro and a bunch of our stuff through Title Match will pop up.
Definitely. Earl Cole says, "Good evening, gentlemen." Good evening, Earl. All right. I'm not gonna take too much of your time, Joe. Just want to get on.
I know we started late, but I set this time up just for you guys. So if you want to run along, we're good, man.
We appreciate you. Got me. Yeah.
When are we getting Masha and Pena again?
Oh, 3.
Oh, you want Masha and Pena 3?
Yeah.
Because I want to be in attendance for that.
Chopper Slam?
I have something huge I want to do.
Yeah.
And when the time is right, they will cross paths again. I will tell you this. I will definitely give you the heads up of when it's happening. But as of right now, they're okay not crossing paths with each other.
all right, let me know because I need to get the plane tickets happening. I need to get the hotel popping. I need to get all of that done because I want to see part 3, and hopefully we can once again sponsor that match.
Yeah,
listen,
yeah, definitely.
listen. When it happens, I want it to be in a situation where we don't have to worry about anything.
Mhm.
They can do whatever they want. They can get however extreme they want. They can go however long they want. I want
Ooh.
them, when they have number 3, I
Mhm.
want it to be bonkers.
Okay. I can't wait. I'm already excited. I don't even know what's gonna happen. I'm excited. All right. Okay. After the last Battle Club show, I know we wanted to talk to you after, but schedules and everything, things happen, right? I didn't get a chance to ask you, was you happy with the turnout and everything that was, surrounding the 420 event?
Yeah, no, I was blown away by the draw that we had. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. And everybody, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, please make sure that you get your tickets. I actually have it. It's right here. bcpw2w.bpt.me. I'm looking at it right here. It's where you get the. It's where you get.
And once again, it will be in the description box of wherever you're listening or watching. It will be upon the description. I know words.
Yeah. But yeah, Joe, as you were saying.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I was blown away by the turnout. I mean, doing the math off the top of my head, there was easily over 225 people there.
It was packed out. Yeah.
And it's just like, I did this on a Wednesday in Brooklyn in April.
Yeah.
When AEW was running a show. Like, yeah, they weren't right next door, but they were driving distance, and I couldn't believe the turnout. I was blown away. Like, I definitely, there was a point right before the show started where I looked out and I was like, if I don't catch myself now, tears are going to start rolling out because I could not believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, just being at an atmosphere, everybody was on fire the whole night, from the opening match to the main event with Swole and Trish. It was phenomenal. Like that show was just great. Well paced as well. It's very important. And like sometimes with shows, people get tired before the main event and everything. Nobody was tired. It was like everybody was still excited. Still, you know what I mean? You guys could have probably did 2 more matches and everybody would have still been all right. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that crowd was super hot. It was between that and then that student show that we had. Like, the crowd was alive the whole way. It felt great to know that how I was on commentary was being projected through the fans in the stands, and it was just like, this is awesome. It was so awesome to see, because you're right. Like, there's a lot of times where you get to the main event and everybody's pooped because everything's been so good, or it's been too long and they just want to get through it. It didn't feel like that at all.
No, no, not at all. Because when it got to Swole and Trish, I was like, wait, already? Like, we're here already? And so Faye Jackson was actually there, right? And she's gonna be a part of this Black Wrestle Fest.
Every time I just miss it.
Can you give us a little insight into what she will be doing, if you can?
So she's definitely going to be doing the meet and greet part of the show Saturday. I don't know if she'll be at the show Sunday.
Okay.
So she's definitely going to be at the convention Saturday, meet and greet, hosting some things, probably emceeing some things, definitely taking pictures or whatnot. And Faye's universally loved at Battle Club. So if she's there, she can do whatever she wants. That's what I tell her. Like, nice. when she was there at WCW, it was just like, hey, can I? Yes, babe, you can do whatever you want. When she came out with Brooke and Willow, it was just like, oh, Auntie Faye is kind of back.
Yeah.
She's got free reign. A bit of interesting Trivia: Faye Jackson's the only wrestler to wrestle for the Icons title twice and never actually wrestle for Battle Club Pro.
Wow. So
Yep.
it happened outside of Battle
Yep.
Club Pro. Yeah, I think I was looking on Title Match Wrestling. Everybody could check out Title Match Wrestling. And I saw a couple of defenses that happened, the Battle Club Championships being defended in other organizations, other places.
She wrestled Harlow and she wrestled Tasha. So she's the only person, she's the only wrestler to wrestle for the title twice and wrestle two different champions, but never actually at Battle Club Pro.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tasha, are we gonna see her back in Battle Club?
I was heartbroken that she couldn't make it, but again,
me too.
The contract speaks volumes. The contract takes precedent. She had to do what she had to do for Impact.
Yeah.
I love Tasha. Whenever she feels fit to come back, the door is always open for her. It really is. She definitely carried the brand through everything. She carried it through the pandemic. She carried it through, those times where I was unsure of it myself. She showed, since she came to Battle Club, she could hang with the guys, she could hang with the girls. She's where she is now because she's that good. So whenever she's open to coming back, she can. If Impact gives her the green light to defend that title, I would gladly put that match on.
Wow.
She's another one that there's virtually no arguing on my end when she wants something.
Because I have a follow-up unless you have something else.
You go ahead and do your follow-up.
I just want to know, so with these contracts sometimes, especially if they're signed to Impact or some people sign to AEW, do you run into those type of issues a lot? And I asked that because I know Sonny Kiss was originally scheduled for the show, and now Sonny won't be on the show anymore.
I'm not going to be able to see
it. Yeah, but I just wanted to know, is that usually an issue?
It really isn't. It's very, very seldom does it have a impact on us. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Sonny got the okay to work with us, so that will happen.
Okay.
When it'll happen, I'm not too sure, but it will happen for sure.
Okay.
But unfortunately, something was set up through them that didn't allow for Sonny to be at the show this time around.
Yeah.
But I usually don't run into any issues when it comes to contracted wrestlers who are still allowed to take outside bookings. It's just a matter of getting clearance. But I think once Santana got the okay, it was AEW's like, well, they did good business with Santana. We're gonna be able to use Sonny eventually down the line. Swole was constantly used so. Contracts have never really come up as problematic, but this time with Tasha, it was she had to do media and press, and again I'll pay her what she's asking for, but she's contracted to and the champion of Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, and I think Impact has a show this weekend as well. Are they doing Slammiversary?
I think is it Tennessee?
Yeah, I think they're doing Slammiversary.
Yeah. That's why she couldn't be on this show. That's why Savannah couldn't be on the show. That's why Masha couldn't be on the show.
Right.
That's why someone else that I'm not gonna say couldn't be on the show.
Man. Okay. All right.
Oh,
I'll let you about it later. No,
that person will definitely be at Jobber Slam.
Okay.
Because if it is who I think it is, I'll scream off camera. I'll mark off camera.
If I say something, will just shake your head yes or no, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Blue. We're here. We're here.
I'm lost, but it's all right. You guys, it's okay. It's all right. Man. All right. Well, so we have a couple of things to look forward to coming up. Like I said, Black WrestleFest weekend, June 18th and 19th. And then we have Jobber Slam coming. Did you guys announce a date publicly yet?
Yeah, August 20th.
August 20th. And then you have the big anniversary show on October 1st, correct?
Yep, October 1st is our actual anniversary. So
nice.
Yep.
Nice. A lot of great shows coming up, a lot of great talent, a lot of great wrestling. I can't wait. The meet and greet. So who's some of the people doing the meet and greet before we
Faye Jackson's gonna be there, Keith Mack is gonna be there, Yaya, Rayhan, Zuka. It's gonna be a ton of talent that doesn't get a chance to do these kind of things, up north. A lot of southern talent, which is, I think, is dope. It's kind of similar, kind of akin to when territories traded wrestlers. So it's gonna be like, not constant things. Like, I think, it's a point of pride for me that, like, if you want to see Yaya or the former Montana Rayhan in the New York area, you're really only going to come to Battle Club, because that's really the only place that's going to utilize their talent. And that's fine for me. Let everybody else be slow to the gun when it comes to how great those guys are. Zuka is a throwback, but in today's day and age, I love it. The Bam Sucker. Oh my God, massive pop whenever that happens. But yeah, it's good. Talents along those lines. J Lee Photography. There's gonna be a podcast row. Those wrestling girls, the Hardy Wrestling Podcast. J Lee Photography is gonna be taking pictures. I believe she's even got Second Gunny on board. Like,
oh wow,
it's monumental. Leroy Green's gonna be there hosting a video game tournament. Like, the stuff that she has planned is so cool.
Podcast row. I'm interested. I'm interested. How do we get a part of that? I guess we'll talk about that later on. Like, podcast row. I'm very interested now. Okay. All right. So, and that's on June 18th. That's the Saturday before Battle Club Pro on Sunday. And it's an afternoon show, correct?
Yep, 3 p.m. bell. Hopefully we can get out by 6:30, so that if anyone is still got plans for Father's Day, you can have a nice dinner before the day's out. And then for most jobs in the city, things will be closed the next day, because New York finally recognizes Juneteenth as a genuine holiday. So governmental jobs, I know for sure, will be off or running on, Sunday schedule, or the case may be. I know, like, the DOE's off, which is dope. So yeah, you can do something early. You can do a brunch for dad. You see the show, and then you can do a dinner.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Jonathan said, if you guys get on podcast where I'm hijacking a plane in Brooklyn. Listen, I mean, that might be out of my control, but and at this point, I don't know how that would work, honestly. But I mean, I would love to, like a little bit of go for the pen representative. But I don't know.
There, if we're gonna do something like that,
anything's possible. So wait, so what are they doing for podcasts? Or it's just they're doing like live podcasts? Is that what it's gonna be?
I'm not sure. I think they're gonna be streaming some stuff as they go, which make all the sense in the world. You got wrestlers there, you got fans there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I know for a fact it's gonna be Black Thought is gonna be there.
Wow.
Oh
wow.
Hardy Wrestling Podcast.
I didn't even know that.
Hardy Wrestling Podcast. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a representative from Black Wrestling Alliance. Black Wrestling Podcast, I believe, will be there as well. So, like, it's a lot. It's a lot going on. I think it would just make sense for them to do something, if not live stream, at least record. Hey, what's going on? Vlog it. But yeah, it's just going to be podcast row, kind of, like like for the Super Bowl, you get that whole media center kind of thing, where you get ESPN and Fox and CBS or whatever. Like, everyone's gonna get their own little thing. So that's dope.
It definitely is. I mean, I'll be there with my go for the pin gimmick, so I'll be there. Don't worry. All right.
Shade, but yes.
Nah, no shade. I know. Listen. It's crazy because when I show up to these Battle Club events or anything that's like indie wrestling or whatever, anybody that's watched the show or listened to the show before, they always ask, "Hey, where's V?" Well, I mean, we do this remotely, so it's like I wish V was here too, but a lot of times you guys
don't
see me
hate each other in real life.
No, of course not. Of course not. So I wish V was here too, but that's not it's not in the cards right now, but it may be. So, but I will be there for both the 18th and the 19th. So what time is the festivity starting on Saturday?
On Saturday, everything opens up at 9.
Okay.
And then they're going to be running, I believe, until 5 or 6 because they want people to actually have enough time to get to the Pro Wrestling Vibe event, which is happening the 17th and 18th.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Billy Dixon's running a 2-day event, which is great for Billy.
Wait, Billy Dixon's gonna be there? I am so mad. Okay.
Yeah, Billy Dixon's doing
everybody I love is gonna be there.
He's doing a show in Richfield Park.
Oh wow, Jersey.
Yeah, he's doing a show in Richfield Park. You know, it's going to be the talent that he frequents. I know Candy Lee's going to be there, which is dope for me. You know, you're not supposed to be a mark of people, but like I always find anyone that's down to just be open and openly themselves and out there and doesn't care what anybody. That's dope. That's just like that takes courage, especially with how small-minded some people still are nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, Billy's going to be on the show. It's I believe Sahara 7's going to be on the show. Like, Billy's got a great card himself, and he really does a great job of putting shows together. His shows are just as unique as anything else you'll find. So the convention is going to stop at a decent time in order to get people to get to that Pro Wrestling Vibe show. Because, like I always say, there's more than enough for everybody to win. There's more than enough for everybody to eat. So there's no need. There was never any need for us to run a show on the same day. There was never any need for the convention to run into the show when the show would be going on in Richfield Park. So, yeah, it just makes all the sense. So, yeah, everything opens up at 9. I think it's 5 or 6 when everything closes down on Saturday.
Okay.
And then Sunday, there's going to be a screening for Black WrestleFest. So Sunday between 9 and 12, there's going to be a mini convention kind of going on.
Uh-huh.
And the doors will shut so that we can prep for the show.
Okay.
And then the doors will reopen at 2. And the show will happen at 3 p.m.
Nice.
So, I mean, you're going to get a lot for those convention tickets. You're going to get a whole lot for the convention tickets. And like I said, Battle Club Pro front row tickets on top of the convention.
That's dope, man. That's definitely dope. V, any last questions, and we'll run down the card again.
In the month of maybe September or October, will we ever get, or will Battle Club ever do a Latino show?
So,
Heritage Month, you know, since my identities go both across Black and Latino, so I have to ask that question.
No, that's a great question, and a couple of the kids at the Fallout had asked, "Are we going to get a Latino WrestleFest?" It was a coincidence, but much like the Battle Club logo, it's a coincidence that ended up having prophetic kind of meaning. October 1st is smack dab in the middle of Latino Heritage Month.
It is.
Latino Heritage Month is the 16th of September to the 14th of October.
It's the 15th of September to the 15th of October. I don't know why. It's
right in the middle.
Right
so
there.
Again, total coincidence, but it means something. If you go back to our Anything You Can Do All Intergender show, we had a big send-off for Santana and Ortiz with different wrestlers who were Hispanic coming out with their country's flags and showcasing that. Will I do a convention? Maybe not. There you go. But every Battle Club show is got one thing. Well, not one thing, but it has a bunch of things in common with each other, and that's we're pro women, we're pro LGBT, we're pro Black and Latino.
And we mean it.
Yeah, and we mean it. It's not just the cash grab. It's not like, oh, this is what's trending this month. Let's do no, that's who we are.
Yeah, and always have been.
Yeah, and my point, the biggest point of pride for me, especially for this show on Sunday, is, and again, take it how you want, but everyone on that card is either Black, Hispanic, some kind of Middle Eastern Indian, but there's no easy way to say it. There's not one Caucasian on the show.
Wow. Well,
and the comment, I've heard it because people have said it, but people don't know. But Cosmic's Latina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a lot like me. Like I can pass for a white guy, but no, we're not.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I know.
There's seasoning up and down the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no match where one side is just they just threw salt on it and they call it seasoning. No, everything's got flavor.
Sometimes it's Laurie, sometimes it's Sasson.
I'm about to say Sazon, just throw some Sazon.
That's it. But yeah, to me that's something that's like, wow. Like and it wasn't intentional. It just happened that way, but that's who we are. Like I'm always going to showcase the people, or at least I want to give a platform to people that what I looked up to growing up. You know, that's my, I have a cousin who's openly gay and he's the man. He'll say, I'll dress you to the nines at 9 p.m. and then the next morning I'll change your fucking brakes. So he's super flamboyant, but he's a man's man. Like, I honor him. I honor, women like my mom and my sisters and my grandma, strong women who didn't have any help and they made shit happen. They got things done. So that's why when I see Tasha, when I see Swole, when I see Willow, it's just like, yes, that's how it's supposed to be. And then, we don't have to change our logo to a rainbow because we're pro LGBT all the time.
Right. Yeah.
Our franchise champion was Anthony Bowens, the first one ever.
Yep.
Our first ever tag team champions, Ashley Vox, was one of them.
Yes.
Jordan Blade is on this show. Like, but we don't have to fake the funk because it's who is the people I love. It's what it's supposed to be. It's my vision of what the world should look like put on a wrestling show. And I hope that more people take heed to it, or at least try. Like, there's thousands of wrestling promotions up and down the USA. And it's still sad that 80%, and maybe that's being light, but 80%, you get 10 matches, 9 of them are, blonde hair, blue-eyed white boys, and then you get a token match. And then the token match is either a person of color or a woman. It's like, why is that?
Never both.
Never both, right?
Never both.
Why is it one or the other? So it's, I love what I'm able to put on. I love that I can provide platforms and what I love even more is doing this with, my brother Red, who I've known for going on 23 years. Janelle, who's been super supportive and had my back 4 years before I was ever in the wrestling business. She's just always been a ride or die. Yeah. The same thing with Isaiah Wolf. Man, I'll never forget in 2012 or 2013, he had a family tragedy. I bought him a beer and he was just like, dude, you're the first one to buy me a beer. Wow. Everyone knows what's going on. And him and I have been like this since.
Yeah.
So to be able to provide a platform for him constantly, when he comes to the Fallout, it's always great. Those things are just like what makes this worthwhile. It's just, I love it. I love it. So, going back to your points, we don't have to fake who we are because we've always been that.
Definitely. Jonathan says that is amazing and extremely commendable. Wrestling would be so much better if everyone in the industry had that mindset. Cheers. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
I've said it before. I don't know if I've said it here. Anytime anything is cool, it's because a minority's made it so. Yeah. It's just true. Now, people can argue forever who the greatest rapper is, but you can't deny that one of the greatest rappers is Eminem. But when he cites his favorite MCs, it's Rakim.
Yeah.
It's Biggie, it's Nas, it's Tupac, like
Daddy Kane,
Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's ever cool is because a minority decided to make it so.
Yeah.
And there's literally no denying it.
Facts. Facts. Talk your talk. Definitely. Okay. Joe, we appreciate you. I'm gonna run down some of these matches again. We tell everybody where you can find it, where you can get tickets and everything. So again, on the card for Sunday, some of the matches we have signed here. Anthony Gamble versus Mysterious Q versus Big Cuzzo. We have Prolific versus JTP South. We have Darius Carter versus Gia Scott. We have in a tag team match, Joseph Alexander, not Josh, Joseph Alexander and Jordan Blade versus Cosmic and Remembrance.
Before you go, I just want to make this a point, because everybody's really touchy about when competition and whatnot. Yes, Cosmic and Rembrandt represent Fallout, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure they're great. But they're originally House of Glory students, and I would be remiss if I didn't give Red and the crew over there their just due. Did they capitalize on what they had? Not necessarily. I'm happy to capitalize on it, but that's where they came from, and I'm proud to say that they're part of our school coming from there. Joseph Alexander, part of T2T, that Jake Gomez, Tom Frazier, what they built with him there is phenomenal. I am in love with Joseph Alexander. He is definitely one of the talents that is going to help change the game going forward. And anytime I can showcase him at all, I will. The match he had with Mick at that student show was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, those are talents that are working with Battle Club, but didn't necessarily start with us or come from the Fallout. And it's just a matter of giving just due to places that have produced great talent. Our tag team champions are open about being from House of Glory. Wonderful, because they are great. They deserve everything that they got. I believe in those kids, and they come from HOG. So basically, going back to what I'm saying, there's no need to be cutthroat. There's more than enough abundance for everyone to win, for everyone to eat, and everybody should be giving everybody else their flowers. There's no need to be cutthroat. This isn't the 70s where everything is scarce. No, there's abundance. And what we need to do is take the abundance back and keep it amongst ourselves and distribute it amongst ourselves. So, just giving those local schools who would be competition their flowers and their just due, because that's how it should be. I wouldn't be able to showcase those talents if they didn't come from there.
Right, definitely. And you mentioned main event tag team champions will be defending their tag team titles against Federated. Also, we have Dan Math versus Shane Taylor. Talked about that already. That's gonna be insane. We have Mick Drake versus Moses. And that's for the Battle Club Pro Franchise Championship. We also have Big Swole defending the Battle Club Pro Icons Championship against Willow Nightingale. That's gonna be something.
I'm gonna be on the ground. I'm just gonna die right there.
And certainly, last but not least, we have defending the Battle Club Pro 5 Points Championship, Steve Pena versus O'Shea Edwards.
In the main event.
As you hear it here. In the main event. That is going to be a main event for the ages. I can't wait. Now, you said they can watch it on Title Match. Is it going to be streaming live or it's going to be after?
It won't be streaming live. It's just there are constant kinks with streaming live that I don't feel. We tried it once.
Yes,
and it was good, but it wasn't as smooth as I would have liked it. So until all those kinks are figured out so that there's no issues whatsoever, I'm going to hold off on that. It's not that I don't trust the crew that I hire. It's not that I don't trust the building or the case may be. It's just connection right now, connectivity.
Yeah.
It goes in and out because now we're using it more than ever.
Yeah.
Like we all live off Wi-Fi, and that itself can be problematic. I mean, even when you're hardwired in, there can be an outage. And you know, I don't want to sit there and promise something and then for whatever reason it doesn't deliver. Like I tried it once, it was okay, it wasn't perfect, but I'm gonna hold off until I know the tech is perfect.
That was the event in May, right? Of
Yeah, the
2021.
franchising. Yeah.
Yes, I do remember. That was at Richfield Park in
Yep.
Jersey, right? Yeah, I remember that. Okay. All right, guys, you can get your tickets right now at bcpw22w.bpt.me. All right, and if you need a visual, I'm gonna put up the graphic with Steve Pinga here. I think it's some. Oh, I don't think you can really see it here, but you can also go to blackwrestlefest.com and get all the information, which is on this graphic here. So, Joe, as always, thank you for coming on the show.
If there are any aspiring content creators, any aspiring wrestlers, or any wrestling fans that are interested in getting into the business, I want to point them to you guys.
Wow.
Because Mike has been beating on my door forever to just be part of it. And now I can't envision a Battle Club show without Go for the Pin, without Mike, or without at least seeing V beforehand.
Oh, wow.
And it's just a testament to your willingness, your desire, your fortitude. Like, you knock on those doors until they come down. And if they never come down, fine, you find another door to knock on. And you were professional, you were appropriate, you were kind, and you were understanding. And I think the understanding part is the hardest part for wrestlers and people in the business to get, because not very many independent promotions run every month or every week. It's usually separated. So opportunities tend to be far and few between because of that. And you persisted and you persisted, and now I can say this, and I'm proud to say this, you're part of the family, and I appreciate you guys.
Wow.
I appreciate you guys, because just like Jobber Tears, just like True Heel Heat, just like Dirty Heels, just like Pretty Heels, just like all these beautiful podcasts all over, you guys are part of the change that needs to be made in wrestling by being people like us. And they're great. They're great at what they do, but how many more Miz's and Nature Boys and MJFs can we have?
Yeah.
When can we start having DC on TV? When can we start? And I've been on the forefront. Santana is the best pro wrestler in the world at this moment, and I'm going to push that, because I'm telling you, in a short time, he's going to be on that Kenny Omega, AJ Styles level, because it's just going to happen. We need more of that, and you guys are helping push that to the forefront.
Well, Joe, thank you, man. I just listen. I've loved this business like my entire life, just about, and to hear that means a lot to me personally. I know it means a lot to V as well. Like, we come here and we talk about wrestling every week. Just the business that we love. I don't know if it always loves us back all the time, but
that's the beautiful. It's like being a parent. You love your child with everything you got. Yeah. But there's going to be those growing pains and those moments where you're like, does this kid love me even though I've done everything for this kid? But at the end of the day, and I'm telling you, it's weird. It just came to me. Limp Bizkit said it in a song once: life's just a lesson. You learn it when you're through. Yeah. When it's said and done, and whatever it is you believe in, and however it is you decide to exit this physical plane, because of the work you're putting in now, you're gonna look back and say, I not only contributed, I changed.
Wow. I'm speechless. Joe, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. We appreciate it, and thank you for everything that you're doing. I can't thank you enough. Like, I really can't. And listen, as soon as I found out about Battle Club, the first show I went to, I was just hooked from that. Yes, the talent, but just with how you guys run the show, and just the fact that you give people that look like us a chance to really go out there and prove themselves, and an opportunity, because that's a lot of times that's all somebody needs, is an opportunity. And that's why I want to thank you, because you gave me that opportunity. You gave us that opportunity to show an opportunity. So I appreciate you a lot.
And I said it the first, all 4 times that you were here, that you do it right.
Yep.
That's right.
But we put Joe over enough. No. Happy belated birthday, also, man. I forget. Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, it's weird because I'm at a point now where people give me, I get more funny looks when I tell people I'm 37 than I do when I tell them I'm a wrestling promoter. They're like, "There's no way you're almost 40," and I show them my ID. They're like, "Holy shit!" But now it's like I'm a wrestling promoter, and it's because I'm telling you, we're on an upswing, and it's being driven by people of color and people of, shorthand, the LGBT community. Like, it's because it's being driven by our people that it's starting to become more socially acceptable. It's starting to get that mainstream feel. It's like, 10 years ago, it's like, oh, wrestling. It's like, that's not the case anymore. Yeah. And that is because we are changing it. So yeah, it's fewer looks when I tell them I'm a wrestling pro. Oh, that's awesome. And then it's like, you're 37? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, you look good for 37, man. I wouldn't have guessed it. But definitely, Joakim. You can find Joakim. It's at Joakim Morales on Twitter. Yeah. And if you want to follow Battle Club, it's also at Battle Club Pro. That's on Twitter and on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And Joakim Morales on Instagram as well.
That's also in the description box.
Yes.
Where you're watching or listening to.
Definitely. Well, Joe, we'll let you go. We're gonna talk a little bit about some Raw and some Jeff Hardy news. We gotta talk about it. But I will see you at the show. I'll see you Sunday. I'll try to be there a little bit earlier, and I'll see you at the show. Again, June 18th and 19th, right in Brooklyn. So make sure you guys are at the show. And then also Saturday night, there's another wrestling show in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey.
Pro Wrestling Vibe.
What is it?
Pro Wrestling Vibe. Just go
Vibe.
through Billy Dixon's social medias. All the ticket links and stuff are there. He's got some wonderful talent focusing on LGBT wrestlers and wrestlers of color, very similar to the Battle Club mission statement. So if you're free Saturday night, check that out.
Definitely. And then Sunday, of course, is the big Battle Club Pro show. Bell time is at 3 p.m. Okay, Joe, get some rest. Yes. I know that you have a lot going on, so and I'll see you at the show, man. Thanks again for coming.
Guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
You too. See you soon. All right, Joakim, everybody. Wow. All right.
Baby, shed a tear upon this damn show. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Joe's such a great guy. He's always been great to us. I can't put him over enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? But even though at the show I'm not gonna put him over. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'll tell you who I won't put over.
This past week in wrestling. Woo! So bad.
It rhymes with Darius. But anyway,
wow. So... you just did it.
Darius Water. But anyway, so we got
All right.
We gotta talk some wrestling here, some more wrestling. We won't take too much of y'all time up, but we do have to talk about a couple of things. Okay. V,
so much positivity. And then bullshit.
Jonathan says amazing interview. You guys should be proud. Thank you. John, you're part of the show, man. So
I said this week after week, our unofficial official third member of the day.
Exactly. All right, let's get into what do you want to talk about first here?
I'd rather root canals. The price of gas.
Ouch. Oh man, it's up.
Stuck, clearly.
Yeah, it's definitely stuck. It ain't going nowhere.
Anything is okay. Let's talk about SmackDown.
Okay, I hardly remember it, but let's go SmackDown.
So let's do SmackDown. So there was a Money in the Bank ladder match qualifier, Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus.
Yes. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus for the 150,000th time.
Yeah, I didn't care. I think that ended in a count out or whatever.
Yeah, they brawled all over the place and
whatever. Moving on.
yeah.
Another Money in the Bank qualifying match, whatever, is Xia Li versus Lady Maga. Lacey Evans.
Magacita.
No, we're not talking about her.
The other. Lacey.
It was Lacey Evans versus
Xia. Lacey. You gotta be all of these. I can't. You gotta be specific with some of these. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's wrestling, pal. Yeah.
And I really, for the fact that Lacey won, it makes me feel like they're gonna do it, and they're
gonna do what?
Give Lacey the damn briefcase, but I don't want to put negativity into
absolutely not with Liv and Alexa in there.
I don't want to put negativity into the atmosphere. We're gonna move left and right along. Next it was the Transphobe versus Shotzi Blackheart. So I just want to say that Rhonda is booty butt cheeks on the mic. She's awful. On top of me not liking her, because transphobia, and we're not doing that during Pride Month. Yeah, Rhonda, whatever. It was an attack by Natalya. It was predictable. I guess it's something to hype up whatever match they're gonna do that I'm not gonna watch.
Jonathan says it's about to be a V-made MAGA stable in a minute. Oh, man.
I turned it off. Moving on. So the match that I enjoyed, right?
Yeah.
Was Ricochet versus Gunther.
Yes, Gunther.
Enter?
That's not it. That's not it.
The Intercontinental Championship. And this went exactly the way I thought it would. And this was announced once again, just to reference Hey Arnold. I was like, 24 hours, 7 minutes and 56 seconds until you die. And
everybody that got that reference.
Ricochet did. Ricochet got beat by Gunther 1-2-3 clean. New Intercontinental Champion. I think he's gonna hold that for a bit.
Okay.
Now, not to say anything, I love Ricochet. He was a great champion for what he was given.
Yeah.
Gunther is about to be unstoppable here.
Yeah. I agree. I like this part of the show, actually.
I think it was the right way to do it. I think he should hold this for quite a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna beat him. I don't care at this point, because I feel like he can be Intercontinental Champion for a long time before they decide to pull that trigger on him. Because they're going to do it. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. I think we should wait, have him have a lengthy, dominant run as Intercontinental Champion. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're just moving forward. What's after this? Oh, it was Riddle versus Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
That match was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Riddle ended up winning.
Yeah.
So he'll be facing the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, very, very soon.
Friday, as of this recording.
Yes, this coming Friday. Overall, we're just gonna run through it. Overall, SmackDown to me, DK, was a 1 count.
Wow. Okay. Hold on there, pal. I'm having a Kevin Dunn moment here.
And you're just cutting cameras.
Yeah. God, I hate that. There it is. The 1 count. Oh my God, I hate that so much. It
was SmackDown was very underwhelming, except for those last 2 matches.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was very mid, as the kids would say.
Mid.
Or as Beyonce would say, puffing on the mids. I don't know. I don't know. B. We don't be smoking on mids over here. But
yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, SmackDown has been disappointing. It's lacking. It's lacking a Roman Reigns.
So Roman had a funny tweet. He said, "So let me get this straight. I gotta leave my private island and get on my private jet and get on my no." He said, "I gotta leave my private island and get on my private yacht to get on my private jet to go smash this fool." I see y'all at SmackDown. I'm like,
it was mid.
yeah.
It wasn't exciting. We'll get to Raw later. It's lacking. Like I said, it's lacking a Roman Reigns. It's lacking Banks. It's lacking Naomi. It's lacking Charlotte Flair. SmackDown is lacking bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ronda can't carry the show by herself.
No, she can't.
Shut
up. Shut up, V.
Okay.
So your dad already said my name on the show. So
yeah. Well,
it's not
I mean,
a secret anymore. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
I give it a 1 count as well.
Yeah,
I did not enjoy SmackDown.
Yeah. Actually, wait. I'm sorry. I do want to talk about Rampage.
Okay. All right.
Rampage. I'm gonna run through Rampage also. Jake Hager versus Eddie Kingston. I believe Eddie Kingston got the win.
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to mispronounce his name. Satnam Singh.
Satnam Singh, I believe is how you pronounce it.
I apologize if that's incorrect. I'm so sorry. And Jay Lethal made their tag team debut. It was a squash match, meh. But the match that I personally enjoyed was the person I introduced myself as to today, Chris Statlander versus Red Velvet.
Yeah.
That match was really exciting. I really liked the back and forth from both women. Red Velvet has improved so much.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you have your feelings about Red Velvet, but I'm going to need y'all to shut it up.
Mm.
They really, really did well. I forgot who won the match. If you remember watching,
I think it was Chris Statlander. I feel like Red took Statlander's finish and lost. I believe. I could be wrong, but I do remember Red Velvet getting that finish where you must tuck your chin because if you don't, you're gonna die. So I think Chris Statlander won, if I remember correctly.
I believe so. That was really good. Stokely was so good. I know Athena came out.
Yes.
It was just I like having the crowd behind Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
She's gonna be very. I personally think that she should be the one to dethrone Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. We're gonna get to Thunder Rosa as well. Don't let me forget.
I'm not saying that Thunder Rosa should lose her title anytime soon, but if anybody was to do it, it should be her.
Hopefully they have. I totally missed this guy. I wish I would have put this up before, but I missed this.
Hopefully they have him hold it for a long time and also frequently defend it. I think they're gonna do that.
Okay, about Gunther, right?
Yes, about Gunther. I think if they're gonna do that, I think Gunther is the right person to have him defended every week or he should be defending it. Now, one thing I hated about Ricochet's run was that he didn't defend it enough for me.
Yeah.
That's the only bad thing I had to say, and that has nothing to do with Ricochet, but it has everything to do with how incompetent and high all of the riders are in the back. Like, it's crack.
Yeah, thanks, John.
Allegedly. Bath salts, whiteout, permanent marker.
Gasoline.
Gasolina.
Nah.
Gasolina. That's the only thing I have to say about Ricochet's title run is that he did not defend it enough for me.
Yeah.
But thank Kind of thing. Yes, that Chris Statler. Yeah, hey, words. Chris Statlander did win.
Yeah.
At the end, it was FTR and Trent Beretta versus
Will
Aussie
Ospreay. Yeah.
Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
Whew. What a match.
Will Ospreay loses his first match in AEW.
He
I'm
does.
sure people are gonna complain about that on the
the
internet.
Are mad. The girls are fighting. The boys are fighting.
No, Jonathan did not. No, JPS Music 15 did not.
No, Pills Percocet.
No, DJ Knuckles did not.
I'm convinced that it's heavy drugs that people in the WWE creative. This is probably why we will never get a job in WWE, but it's fine.
We'll be Battle Club's official podcast, but that's all.
Absolutely, but it's unfortunate, really, because they have my issue with WWE is they have the talent.
Yeah,
it's not like they don't have the talent, and we'll get to Raw later and how fucking terrible. I turned it off. And how awful it is. They have the talent. They just don't have the people that are able to write.
Yeah.
Anything good. But moving on from that, Rampage for me, honestly, gets a near fall. I really enjoyed it.
It's a good show.
It was a good show.
Okay. I agree. I think that Rampage gets a near fall for me as well. Yeah. I agree. Good show. All right. Yeah. All right. So wait, before we move off of AEW, let's do this in order. Thunder Rosa. There's been some reports, and I watched the match, and as I'm watching it, and for those that don't,
Dynamite.
Yeah, the match it was Thunder Rosa versus Marina Shafir. And even like, I think we might have talked about it, saying it just was not good. But initially we was blaming Marina, but at closer look, I don't know. And speaking to some wrestlers about it, privately, they was like, "Nah, Thunder Rosa totally sandbagged her."
But at the same time, if that is the case, allegedly, you want to talk about allegedness.
Yeah.
Marina Shafir, if I could be real frank and beans, right? She's not good. She's not good. And considering the people she's around,
yeah,
you think that it's clicking. What's not? You're clicking, but you're clicking down. You're not. It's not. And I'm trying to be fair here, right? I'm trying to be fair. Shut up. I'm seriously trying to be fair.
Yeah.
Considering that she hasn't wrestled that much.
Right. She's still pretty green.
I mean, green, grass green, smoke weed every day. Green. It's like you got to be seen green. You wouldn't be caught dead in red. For those who watch The Wiz, you get it. Green. Green. It is green. Grass growing green. Oh, emerald green. Forest green. like stick green. Like it's like green. I'm trying to give her grace, right?
Yeah.
Trying. But oh my god. 2 promotions and you still haven't improved. You still haven't improved.
So, and this is just a question. So that gives Thunder Rosa an excuse to.
Now,
just saying, allegedly.
King V does not know if Thunder Rosa sandbagged her. I don't know. It was rough. I was watching this. I was watching it closely, and I was like, "This is." And then Marina Shafir, nobody cared.
Well, one, she probably has the worst music in wrestling. That's the first thing. 2, Who?
Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it all.
All right.
Okay.
Well, yeah. One that. Two, her character's just not interesting. People just don't care.
No.
And three, the wrestling isn't there yet. So it's like you have three things working against her. Of course, people are not going to care. Like you could hear a pin drop in the building. It was the same thing when she wrestled. I believe she wrestled Jade, and it was like quiet. Like
no care.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, there's a couple of things working against Marina. Yes, I feel like she should be better at this point, just considering who she is around, who she's best friends with, who she's married to. Like, I think she should be better, but I mean, she's trying. Okay, she's working on the independent. She's trying at least to get better. Like, if she wasn't even trying, then I'd be like, all right, like, whatever. She's a lost cause or whatever. But she's trying, and that's all I have for Marina.
I mean, and that's why I'm trying not. I'm not burying her because
sure sounds like it, pal.
Whatever. Because you can tell she's trying.
Yeah, she is.
It's not coming together. And the green grass grows all around. See, right there.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
As I ever did see. All right.
Oh man.
Do we have to Raw?
No, we don't have to talk about the whole show at all. Like,
okay. So,
because it got real. Like, the only thing I actually kind of enjoyed was Seth and AJ. I thought they had a good match. But other than that, I mean, the show finished with a pose down. That really shows you how.
No, that me, King V, the fourth of his name, tapped out of Raw.
Wait, Jonathan said, wait, who's her husband? Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
So she should be, again, but that's not fair. I think there's a lot of pressure that we're putting on her because of who she's associated with. So I don't know if that's fair, but let's move on from Marina. But yeah, as you were saying, V.
I tapped out of Raw. So
okay.
I want to be
I did too. I fell asleep on it.
I don't know. I turned it off.
Well, you turned the whole thing off, yeah.
I was awake, and I absolutely the fuck. Okay, so it started off. It started off.
As you can see, John, this
Montez Ford versus Jimmy Uso, right?
I thought that was good.
No, it was great.
Yeah.
I didn't agree with it. And then it was like Seth. It was a segment with Seth Rollins. And then Dana Brooke versus Becky Lynch for the 24/7 championship.
I like the Becky line was like that said, you can keep your little 24/7 title. I don't want that, because I'm like, yes, Becky, yes, you should be saying that. That's exactly what you should be telling to Dana.
Didn't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
All right. So next it was Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan versus Piper Niven and Nikki ASH. Now, to be real, I didn't know it was a tag team match.
Yeah.
Until my dad, shout outs to him, he probably hears me.
Shout outs.
Until he was like, this is a tag team match. I was like, what? I had no idea it was a tag team match.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is a tag team match.
I didn't hear the tag team match part. So I thought it was a fatal four-way. I was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
And then it was a tag team match. And I was like, oh, okay, now it makes sense. But, okay. So Alexa and Liv got the win, and both Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan are in the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah.
So far, we have Alexa Bliss, and we have Lacey Evans, and we have Liv Morgan. It's looking...
Holla, holla, holla.
There is no Sasson, no Lowry's, it is pretty, back to basics, right? Blonde white women, but
you leave Liv Morgan out of this.
Even though I do like Alexa and Liv,
yeah,
and Alexa Liv alone.
Yeah. Obey.
No Old Bay, or the DMV, no jerk seasoning,
Oh, you got to put some jerk seasoning on.
curry,
Yeah.
it's like none of that. But Alexa and Liv got the win.
Mm-hmm.
Nikki finally changed their gear. I'm pretty sure they're waiting for whenever or if at this point Sasha and Naomi come back. ... Because nobody knows what's going on. But
If they do come back, there should not be any tag team champions at this point. Like, just get rid of it. I at this point. But go ahead, continue.
I disagree, but moving left and right along. And then it was Ezekiel versus Kevin Owens for the 525,600.
It actually hasn't happened that many times. They only wrestled.
I am tired of the story.
The story, yes.
I said this last week, or was it the week before? I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. It is sleepy. It is late. I'm tired. And then Ezekiel said, "Oh, Elias is gonna be on."
Elias is coming next week. Veer's not coming, but Elias is.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Well, actually, Veer came on main event, but anyway.
Oh well, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Veer's come with me main event. Yeah, I'm listening though.
If they find a lace front beard to put on him,
a lace front,
like
man,
beignet or what is it, Beijing, whatever. I'm thinking I'm in New Orleans still.
Yeah.
Whatever they're gonna put on him,
it's gonna happen. Damian Sandow. I was the one that suggested it, but God,
you were the one that suggested it.
I don't know if they're gonna do it.
And
but,
I swear, I'm just gonna be like, why? Because I don't see it.
The intellectual savior of the masses, or the unwashed masses, by the way.
And MVP squash Cedric Alexander. Poor Cedric. Yeah. Then it was a men's money. This is when things got interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Really solid match.
Mm-hmm.
I expect
you're welcome.
Both people.
Yeah.
I believe Seth Rollins won.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I saw.
Yeah. He won it clean too, right?
He did.
Wow.
Really, really good match. What did you think about that match?
It was my favorite part of the show. I thought it was really solid. I mean, come on, Seth and AJ are two of the best wrestlers in the world today. Yeah, I mean, before, like, so I'm very happy that they got a chance to go and showcase their stuff on Raw. I feel like I don't know if it's like the best Seth Rollins AJ match I've seen, but it was really solid. It was a great TV match. Great TV match.
Okay, and then next we have Riddle versus Ciampa.
Yeah. It looked like Riddle landed really hard on Ciampa's leg on the finish. I hope Ciampa's okay. It looked like he might have re-injured that same leg that he got surgery on, I believe. Like,
I might have kicked his leg out of his leg.
I'm leaving.
No,
I'm leaving. He kicked his leg out of his leg. All right.
And now we have a Bianca Belair promo segment with the Judgment Day interrupting. I'm pretty sure this is gonna lead. We're gonna get that sixth person. Very, very soon. You know, Rhea, Finn, and Damian Priest. Mm-hmm. And the Street Profits and Bianca.
Yeah.
It's only a matter.
They'll probably do that on a go home before Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that was okay. Then we have Mustafa Ali versus Chad Gable. That match was way too short.
Yeah.
Being both of those men are workhorses.
Of course.
Mustafa Ali loses. Go figure.
Yeah.
And then speaking of coming, we have Rey Mysterio versus
Veer came.
Jesus.
Veer actually came while I was sleeping.
Oh.
Church, please. All right, yeah. Jonathan says,
Oh,
"Shoosh." But yeah,
Please, Shoosh, please.
Shoosh, please. Oh man.
Jesus, Veer just destroyed.
Yeah, I'm sure he manhandled Rey Mysterio.
Just had him up by the neck.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, yikes. We're moving on.
What'd you say about neck? All right, yeah, move.
And this is when I turned it off. So we had Bobby Lashley versus someone who shouldn't be around people under the age of 18, in a pose off. I said absolutely not. I turned it off. And that's exactly when I tapped out of the damn show.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it.
Yeah,
at all. I saw bits and pieces.
There's children in the audience, and he shouldn't be near them. So I don't know how this happened. I don't know how this ended.
It ended with Theory spraying something.
I hate Jonathan. Please get him on. Please get that comment off the table.
It ended when Theory sprayed something in Bobby's eyes. No, not the same thing that Veer. Anyway, but yeah, after Theory sprayed, like, I think it was like water or something. I was half asleep. In Bobby's eyes, and yeah, that's Bobby won, and then Theory got mad, and that was the end of Raw.
Yeah, I tapped out of Raw.
Yeah, I by proxy tapped out of Raw as well. John, you're watching. What'd you think about Raw? What do you give it? You know, but yeah. So as Jonathan's getting that ready, I'm sure he's typing right now. Jeffrey Nero Hardy arrested again.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. I don't even have to zoom in.
Please, you know what? Knuckles is a timeout.
Knuckles is a timeout. Oh man. Wow. Whoa. I walked out of Raw like Austin Aries. What is that guy doing nowadays?
Don't care.
Oh man. Well, he's a vegan, V. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but you know. Is he controlling his narrative? Anyway, yeah, Jeffrey Nero Hardy arrested due to a DUI and yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Sponsors? Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to handle this correctly.
Yeah, I got the reference, Jonathan. I got the reference. When Johnny Impact beat Austin Aries for the Impact World title. I got it. Yeah, sorry, V.
This is my problem, right? It's the narrative that bothers me.
Okay.
But let me start by saying addiction is real.
Yes.
Recovery from addiction is not linear.
There
are ups, there are downs. You might relapse. It happens. Right? It's so many things to put into consideration. My issue is that Jeff Hardy gets a lot of grace. Than Alicia Fox did, as well as the Naomi Uso.
We're referring to Jimmy Uso, John, if you will.
That's where my problem lies. because everybody was like, "Oh my God, Jeff, we want you to get better," which is true. We want Jeff to be better, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, when it comes
Facts.
to recovery,
Mm-hmm.
it's mainly up to the person who it's affecting directly to want to get help.
Yeah.
And you may fall, you may stumble. It's not an issue. It's not. That's not my issue. It's that a lot of you, and I know why, but a lot of you had so many nice things to say about Jeff, but at the same time, dragging Jay and dragging Alicia Fox.
Jimmy.
After, as far as we know, both of those people went and got help. As far as we know,
Yeah.
and haven't gotten into some shit since. Alicia literally had went by JR recently while they were having lunch at the same place.
Yeah.
And she looked fine. You
Yeah.
know, it is not to say that there's anything wrong with relapsing. I'm not saying that. Let me go ahead and be crystal clear. But at the same time, you're going to have to want it for yourself at some point. And if you're not learning, I'm trying to word this correctly. If you're not learning from your mistakes, what can be done?
Yeah.
And it's like this is like Jeff's third or fourth DUI within the last 10 years. If I'm not mistaken, if I read the report right in the arrest record, I believe it's his third within the last 10 years.
Yeah, I can double check.
And his license already suspended.
Yeah.
So now apparently he's suspended without pay and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's sad. It is. It's sad. It's really sad. And everybody loves Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, of course.
At the same time, it's just like, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard to say because it's like, addiction's a real thing. And you can't be like, oh, you have to do this, that, and the third. No, they have to do it on their own time. But this is now promotion number 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If we remember that Sting match.
I watched it live.
We know your ups and downs in WWE.
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing in AEW. It's disappointing. It is. Really quick. I just want to say that Reby Hardy is one of the most insufferable people on this goddamn planet.
Oh, Rebecca?
If you did not see that TikTok that she made,
I did. Yeah.
Which fuck nigga free, what nigga? What nigga, Reby? What nigga? Because last time I checked, both Matt and Jeff are white.
I think she's Latina. I believe that's why.
But so let's talk about race and ethnicity real quick.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Being Latino doesn't mean you're black.
Okay.
Because between me and her, black Latino right here. Me. Not her.
Okay. Hold on. Jonathan said he's going to want it for his family. He's got a wife and kids to take care of. In my opinion, I think being on the road as a wrestler is a trigger.
And what? I thought about that also.
Yeah. And then also Jonathan follows up and says, and this is why I felt some kind of way when Samoa Joe cut that promo line on him while in WWE, of course.
Yeah, I hated making his issue a storyline, even with the whole
That's what
Sheamus.
they do.
I
Yeah.
didn't. It was. I didn't like that because that could have triggered him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like, oh, Reby Hardy's so fucking insufferable. Girl, just pop out those babies. Do literally
Wow.
anything else besides talk.
Oh man.
Literally, you can, paint pictures,
Plays great piano.
crossword puzzles,
Plays piano.
Doku. You can hum show tunes.
Show tunes.
Great Broadway shows, Jersey Boys, Chicago. Don't touch Rent. You won't do that.
Wow.
But it's nor The Color Purple, girl. But it's
okay.
For you to say that about your brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Knowing your brother-in-law has a problem, like I get being upset. And there's a lot of grace and sensitivity that you would handle someone with an addiction.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that what you posted was tacky and classless, just like you.
Wow.
And I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. I'm sorry, Matt. She's tacky and classless. And it's because it's not the first time you've done something tacky and classless on social media.
Oh. Yeah, it's true.
First time, nor the second, or the third, or the fourth. So it's a consistent thing with you, niece. And it's just between that, everybody wants Jeff to be better. We do. Jeff's gonna have to himself. And if him being suspended, he personally, and I'm just speaking for me, King V here, I think that it's time for Jeff to hang it up.
Yeah.
I think whatever Jonathan was saying about being on the road.
Yeah.
I think wrestling
is a trigger.
Because it seems like for the most part, as far as we know, I could be wrong. It seems like every time he's back in wrestling, he eventually falls back into the same cycle. I could be wrong. I don't know him personally, but just from what we've seen over the past 10 plus years, that we know he had addiction issues.
Longer than that. Remember, WWE let him go, I think sometime in, people forget, he went to TNA, like, and I think I'm lagging here for some reason. Okay. He being Jeff Pronouns Pal, went to TNA around 2004 and 2005, around that time period. They had let him go from WWE for similar issues. Because they wanted him to go to rehab, I think back then, and he didn't want to go. So instead of like staying or whatever in rehab, he left and went to TNA. Correct me, you guys can fact check that, but I'm pretty sure I remember seeing him in TNA in like late 04, early 05 before he went back to WWE. So this is actually like an ongoing thing. This is like 20 years now at this point.
It's almost 20 years in the making. And it's just like, we don't want Jeff Hardy to be one of those tragic wrestling stories.
Right. No.
And trying to watch what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
It seems like, I'm not saying it seems like that's where it's going, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
You know, we have, as long as both myself and you, Mike, have been wrestling fans, we've seen wrestlers come and go.
Yeah.
Addictions that we know about and that we didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just unfortunate. But the only thing that bothered me about it is the discourse. Because all it is nice, thoughts and prayers for Jeff. There's other wrestlers, specifically wrestlers of color, that did not get the same type of grace that Jeff has gotten. And we get it. Jeff is universally loved. I used to love trying to jump off a ladder.
Oh yeah.
It's probably why I got bad knees now. But and we get it. Jeff is universally loved, but at the same time, it's just like, when is enough gonna be enough, right? You don't, because you said I think Jonathan said he has a wife and kids.
Yeah.
That's, if anything, if you don't want to do it for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to do it for yourself. You want, at least, and I would hope he does, you would want to do that for your kids.
Yeah.
A lot of times, your kids are going to watch you. And the last thing you want as a parent is watch your kids fall into the same type of addiction that you have. And that cycle is gonna be hard to break.
Yeah.
I want Jeff to be at a point where he says, I don't need alcohol. I don't need whatever his drug of choice is. I'm my business. Pills or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just to the point that now it's starting to get sad.
Right.
Sad than what it already is.
Yeah, Jonathan says for our podcast listeners here, he says, I'm gonna get in trouble for this, and please forgive me ahead of time. But if the tragedy that was the Hardy Sting match from TNA wasn't enough to wake him up all those years ago, there might not be a solution. And before you comment on that, let me just get these comments out. And then Jonathan also says, and as young as his kids are, they are sponges. They replicate and pick up what they see their parents do. Both from Jonathan. Okay.
You bring up Knuckles bring up a great point.
Yeah.
If that Sting, we've all seen it.
Mm-hmm.
If that Sting match did not wake him up, usually there is a wake-up call. Sometimes, let me not say usually. Let me not rephrase that, because that's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's a wake-up call. Sometimes there's more than one wake-up call. If you ignore those, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. All I hope is that Jeff gets the help before it's too late. Because a lot of times, even if you get the help, as we've seen with other wrestlers, even if you get the help and you rehab, sometimes long-lasting abuse will catch up to you.
Definitely. Matt Hardy says, it was disheartening to hear the news about my brother yesterday. Recovery isn't a linear process, and I'll continue doing what I can to help my brother be healthy. Being healthy and well is the most important thing for Jeff, his wife, his children, and our family at this time. That was Matt Hardy on Twitter a few hours ago.
I wish your wife did the same, but tacky. Sorry. She's so fucking tacky. She's so fucking weird. I'm sorry.
We wish the best for Jeff. We hope he gets better. And I feel for him and his family, and that's really nothing else I can add to this. Just a sad situation.
Yeah.
But what's not a sad situation is this weekend, Black Wrestle Fest goes down Brooklyn. I believe it's 185 Early Street. But we have the exact location. If you go on to Battle Club Pro Instagram or on Twitter, you can see the location. BlackWrestleFest.com has all of the information that you need for this weekend. It also has the information that you need for the Richfield Park show that's going on as well that Saturday night. Again, is video game contest, is rap battles and everything like that. It's a podcast row. There's a meet and greet. Steve Pena is gonna have a gimmick table for the first time, so you might want to check that out. Be careful, he might chop you if you say that you're rooting for O'Shea. But no.
Body in the match.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, this weekend it goes down. Steve Pena's in the main event. Big Swole will be there. Willow Nightingale, Shane Taylor, a whole list of other talented wrestlers will be there this weekend. Make sure you get your tickets right now. BlackWrestleFest.com or go to Battle Club Pro, and they have the direct link for their tickets. So it's BCPW2W. I'm gonna do that again. We're live, pal. It's BCP. I got it right 2 times while Joe was here, so that's all I really care about. All right, so it's BCPW2W.BPT.me. That link that I just read out takes you directly to the tickets. Like, you can go to brownpapertickets.com and type in Battle Club and find it, but I just gave you the direct link. No, John, no, it's not happening tonight. All right? It's not happening. It's like that Kurt Angle meme. It's happening. That's one of the funniest Kurt Angle moments of him coming back. Anybody remembers that when he has the radio and everybody, like, I think it was like Survivor Series. It's happening. Shout out to Kurt Angle. We love Kurt here. All right, V, where can they find the show?
Okay, so
and you.
Oh yeah, hey, hi, it's me. Hello, it's me. You're looking for.
I told you hello.
Me.
No, yeah.
I was wondering. All right, anyway, so you can follow the show on Twitter. Go for the Pin Show, and on Instagram it is Go for the Pin _show. You can find me on Instagram at KingV_the Ruler, and on Twitter at _Watch My Throne. Really quick, keep it cute when you address me on social media. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because I already did the whole tweet diatribe. Keep it the fuck cute, because I do this in real life. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Mike_EQ, and on Twitter, it's at DJ Mike EQ. Aha!
See, for the first time. One more thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna embarrass my little brother for a minute. So, as of this recording, it is now 12 o'clock on the East Coast. I just want to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
He turns 23.
Oh man, he's getting old.
Yeah. Who's gonna? I'm not getting old. You getting old. But love you, little brother. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Happy birthday, definitely. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all. Very special thanks to Joakim.
Yes.
Thank you to Battle Club. Courtesy of Battle Club, of course. I will see whoever's in the New York area on Sunday at Black Wrestle Fest weekend. For King V.
It's
all good. It's all good. Jobber Slam is coming up in August, so there's that. We will see you guys.
Mikey Q will be at the same show.
That might be crazy.
Yeah.
That might be
Since
crazy.
COVID Mania.
Saying, oh, DJ underscore Knuckles on Instagram if you want to follow our good friend John. Also JPS Music 15 on Twitter. Yeah, and on Facebook. Well, he can give his Facebook. All right, let's get out of here, guys. We'll see y'all next time on Go for the Pin. Peace, y'all.